Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I'll tell ya, that didn't take long. So I got some more news about the masking policy and changing protocols, but first I just want to tell you about a cruise line that had to cancel 12 sailings on a brand new ship and got things right. Now, some of you may know I do have some issues right now with, say, Walt Disney World, just because of I think they're price gouging people. They're cutting back staff, they're cutting back services, they're charging you for the Fast Pass now with the Fast Genie. And people say, well, yeah, but you don't have to use the Genie, you don't have to pay for it. Yeah, but the Fast Pass was free anyway. But to skip the lines, if I want to skip the lines now I have to pay for it, and it still doesn't include all. I'm not going to get into it. Okay. But Disney Cruise Line had to cancel 12 sailings, including the inaugural sailing for the Disney Wish, the brand new ship, the first in many, many years that people were really excited about. And they really, I was really concerned. You're like, what do you do? Because you have that inaugural sailing, and obviously the inaugural sailing for a Disney fan is a big deal, and that is like the highest price you're ever going to pay on a cruise ship is that inaugural sailing. What do they do with those people? Like, can they move them over to another sailing if that sailing's already booked? But Disney did it right. Let me tell you what they did. And I'm very, very happy that they did this. They got so much kudos coming from me. First off, they canceled sailings all the way up until, I believe, July 14th, which is now the new, including July 14th, which is now the new inaugural sailing. So what they did is they canceled that sailing as well as part of the 12 and moved everybody from the inaugural sailing into the July 14th sailing. It's now the new inaugural sailing. They took whatever cabin you were in and moved it to the other cabin. And if you can't go, they're going to refund your money, but you're guaranteed the price, you're guaranteed in that location, you're guaranteed your cabin, and you're back on the inaugural sailing if you want to go. And you say, well, that sounds good, Don, but that's not really going above and beyond too much. I mean, there's a lot of other cruises that were canceled. It's still the same. Here's what else they did. The people they moved over, they gave them 50% back. That's right. If they keep the same, you get 50% back from the price of that cruise. So now that really expensive inaugural sailing is 50% less than you thought it was going to cost you. And then we have all the other sailings that were booked. Now, if you book it and you shift it over to another cruise, good news is it doesn't have to be the Disney Wish. You can move it over to other Disney products all the way up until 2023. So you have December 2023. So you have a fair amount of time to use that money on another cruise. You can move it into other cruises that you've already got booked. It doesn't have to be on the Wish, but if you, whatever you do, you are going to be given a 50% discount on that next booking. Like, you could still go on the other cruise, like keep that cruise, rebook it, and you get another 50% off. Pretty darn good deal. Pretty darn good deal. Now, a lot of people are thinking, wait a minute, a lot of people used future cruise credits for that, and they're going to expire, by a certain date because they were canceled from, COVID and other cruises over 2 years. So their deadline's coming up. Disney's going to allow you to take that money when you book your cruise and you get the 50% off and you're using future cruise credits. Whatever the balance remaining is, they're going to give you on that sailing as onboard credits. And you say, yeah, but those credits expire, so you're going to lose them, right? No, because instead of so say you get $1,000 in onboard credits and you use 500. Normally, you would lose that 500, or they would reissue that 500 as another future cruise credit again for another date. No. If you do the $1,000, you only spend 500. 500 is then going to be refunded to you after the cruise. Wow. Like, as a travel agent going through COVID and all the cancellations and moving things, and this has been the best deal and best service I've seen for canceled cruises. Imagine getting 50% off your very expensive cruise if you move it over, or 50% off your next cruise because of all this cancel. Super, super good move. They did it automatically. They saved everybody on the inaugural sailing. I think Disney absolutely did it right. Now, new policies coming out and changes to protocols, but before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Let's keep up to date with all things cruising, because things are changing and they're going to change over the next few months even more. New ships coming online, changes in protocols, changes in testing, changes in vaccine mandate, changes all over the place. And if you subscribe to the channel, it doesn't cost anything. It just tells you there's a new video out and you'll be up to date with everything that's changing as soon as it happens. Well, okay, don't forget, I do really, really appreciate it. It really does help the channel grow. I can't tell you how much it does. All right. Yesterday we announced that Norwegian Cruise Line has said, you know what? We don't require masks anymore. It's going to be voluntary. You can wear a mask if you want to. You don't have to wear a mask starting on March 1st. And I said, you know what? I like that. That gives the responsibility back to us. If we want to wear a mask, we can. If we don't want to wear a mask, some people think it's too soon. Some people think it's about time. This is what Norwegian is doing. However, I said, I wonder how long before the other cruise lines jump on board. Well, how about 30 minutes? That's right. Royal Caribbean yesterday also made changes to their protocols, and they said, hey, Norwegian, you're waiting until March 1st? Yeah, well, we're doing this as of February 15th. They will now be going back to their old policy of you wear a mask indoors except in designated vaccine-only areas, like vaccine-only shows in the theater, vaccine-only sports bar, vaccine-only maybe in certain clubs, where you won't have to wear a mask because you will have the little vaccine wristband on your wrist. It's not a full open as perhaps on Norwegian is going to be. But I was on the Allure of the Seas when they had this protocol in place, and I'll tell you, it really, really makes a difference. Some of those shows are like an hour and a half long, and it's really nice to be able to sit in the theater and not have to wear a mask and have a drink and enjoy the show. And I'm very happy Royal is doing this, because I'm on the Wonder of the Seas next month at the beginning of the month, so I can't wait to get on that protocol. I checked the other cruise lines. I checked Carnival. No, Carnival hasn't changed so far. I've checked Celebrity Cruise Line. No changes there, but I imagine you might hear something from them very soon now that Royal's made the change. And I checked with Princess and MSC, and so far no changes from those cruise lines. But hey, it's the beginning. Norwegian Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. If you see Celebrity going that way very shortly, can Carnival and Princess and MSC be very far behind? Well, that's the cruise news for today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Till next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.